Now that said, the more important thing you can do while you're in debt is make sure you pick the right job for you. Do not say, I'm just joining the Navy, I'll do whatever. I don't know how many people I've met that tell me that. How many people I've met in the Navy that are doing a job they don't want to be doing because they just wanted to join the Navy. And their opinion was, well, it's the Navy, I'll do whatever. I just want to do the Navy thing. The Navy stuff is about 10% of your life. The other 90% is what you do every day as your job, your rating. Make sure that rating is something you want to do, you're capable of doing, and you want to do for the next 4 to 6 years of your life, at least. Do not just grab something. Your recruiter might be pushing something on you because you qualify for whatever from your ASVAB. That's great. Listen to what he's got to say. It may be something that interests you. Don't just take it because he's pushing it on you, however. It might not be right for you. He probably has an ulterior motive. That motive being, he probably got told he needs to fill certain billets. If you match that billet, he's going to try to sell it to you. That's his job. Hey, we all have jobs, right? Listen to him. If it's something that interests you, to consider it, look at other stuff. Research. You can ask him. You can ask the classifier. Shouldn't even be. If you're at your classifier, you're probably too late. You're going to end up picking something half the time you want to do. You have the internet. I did not have that. I just picked something. It sounded easy to do the next 4 years. It pretty much was, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was cracked up to be. And when I decided to do the rest of my career, I picked something else because, I was stupid. But also, I did not have the internet. You do. You have Google. You have Wikipedia. You have a million Navy sites out there that will tell you, hey, this is what this job is. This is what that job entails. Think about what it is you like to do. Think about it as what you want to do after the Navy. If you only plan to do one tour or whatever. If you are like, hey, I want to join the Navy. I want to get my college money. I want to go get my criminal justice degree and then go be a cop. Did you tell anybody this? If you told this to your recruiter, he'll probably port you towards being a master at arms, a security guy. If you didn't tell anybody this, he's not going to know. And all of a sudden, you end up signing up to be an aviation mechanic, and you find out you never really wanted to turn wrenches in your life, and you're on the flight deck somewhere busting your balls for 12 hours a day, and you get to see all the guys walking around with the cool shiny badges you wish you had, but you never bothered to ask. You never bothered to tell anybody what you really wanted to do. So let them know. If you can't find it in the research, ask your recruiter. Like, hey, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. What's the job in the Navy that can work for me? And some of you have been thinking, like, of course that's what I want to do. You'd be surprised. People do not do that. No. And that said, know your capabilities. Know what you really want to do with the rest of your life. Or know what you want to do with the rest of your naval career. Just because you qualify for it on a test does not mean you're going to go the rest of the way. There's a lot of really hard jobs out there. Now, say you qualified for, you got pushed on nuclear power because the first thing that popped in your mind was all that money. It's like, hey, they're going to give me this much sign-on bonus. If I stay in for extra years, they're going to give me this much re-enlistment bonus and all this other pay, and it just sounds like that's all you're hearing is dollar signs. You're not even thinking about the job or even how hard the school is. You're just thinking about how much money you want to make. Stop. Look at everything. Did you pass the nuclear test to get in? Great. Guess what? Everyone else in that school passed it too. And guess what? They have a pretty high dropout rate. Same thing goes for the defense language school. If you want to be a linguist, do you really want to be a linguist, or are you just picking it because there's a lot of money in it? Again, you passed the D-Lab. That is amazing, actually. That's one of the hardest tests you'll ever take in the military, or just about anywhere really. It's a hard-ass test. But guess what? Everyone else at that defense language school passed that test too, and guess what? They have an even higher dropout rating. And now talk about dropout ratings, fly on the wall. Navy SEALs. You came in, a lot of people did, came in, wanted to be a Navy SEAL, wanted to be the elite of the elite. Toughest people in the world. Guess what? 70% dropout rating. Why? Because it's not for everybody. Really, really look at yourself. Look at, can I do this? Go research. Go watch Bud's Class 234. It's on YouTube. It's a mini-series. You need to just watch the episodes up till Hell Week. Really watch and see what those guys are going through and see, like, do I really have the capability to do this? Do I really, really have it? Think about all the times you've ever gave up on something. And think like, will I be the guy that gives up on this? I have to go to the back of the fleet and do something else. Really, really think about this stuff. Brings up to the other thing. Not just know what job you want, but know where that place where you will be doing that job at. You're just thinking of the Navy. Navy's a big damn place. It's every job goes, but a lot of jobs only go certain places. You might pick a job as like, okay, I'm a missile technician, but I'm only going to go on this size ship, and the ships are only in this, and this place. You know that's where you're going to go. If you research and you get your due diligence, you'll know that. You can research about those types of ships, the areas they're going to be living in. You have a good leg up. You know, don't join the CB. You see builder, and you're like, oh, that sounds really cool. CB, that's a cool name. Builder sounds really cool. And you're like wondering when you're ever going to go to a ship. CBs don't go to ships, so you'd feel really dumb, wouldn't you? All of a sudden you're a construction worker, and you're like, I didn't know what. I thought I was going to go to a ship as a construction worker. Do your due diligence. Figure out what you want to do. Know where these places are. Learn about the bigger areas of the Navy. Like, if you're from the Midwest, you might not know anything about. You're going to be on the coast for the most part. It's the Navy, right? There are air bases in the middle of the country, but for the most part, we're on the coast because it's the Navy. Research Virginia, research San Diego, research Bremerton, research Florida. Learn about these places, because these are places you're probably going to go, if not overseas, Italy, Japan, Guam, anywhere else like that. Look up all these places and think like, I might be going here, I might be going there. It might not be, that might just turn you off right there. You'd be like, hey, I'm a good old hayseed country boy. None of that sounds good to me. Maybe I should think about something else. Just putting that out there. That's another thing that's going to get you. Are you going to be homesick? That one is a constant killer. It's just people who never really wanted to ever leave home. They didn't realize it till they left. And it's a hard one to quantify, because how do you know if you've never really left home? Think about it. Have you ever really left home for a long time? You ever gone to spend like a month or a summer away from your actual home and family, somewhere else, a relative or whatnot? How did you feel if you did? Were you dying to go home? Even when you're in boot camp, you're just, I was just like amazed. The guys within the first week were just dying to be back home. They were just so homesick. They miss, their car, their girlfriend, their friends. What they really missed was their mama. And a few guys were at least admitted about it. There's some proud mama boys out there. Nothing wrong with that. But most of them just, they just missed home, and all they could think about was graduation weekend and finally get to see everybody. But guess what? That's a weekend. Hey, you might get another week to see them when you finish your training school, your A school. Then you're going out to the fleet, and then you're not seeing them again for months, years on end. How are you going to react to that? A lot of people do not react well. It's just a fact. If you are from an area that has a big Navy group, and you're just assuming like, well, of course I'll get stationed here because I live North County. I'll get stationed in San Diego. It's the second biggest naval base in the world. I'm from Virginia. Of course I'll get stationed in Virginia. So, the Navy practically rules the state. No guarantees. Or even if you want to go over somewhere else, you're like, I want to go overseas. I want to go see Japan or Europe or wherever. No guarantee. It's your first join. It's a crapshoot. Where you're going to go. Don't know. You might get lucky. You might not. Be prepared. Could go anywhere. Learn, like I said, again, learn where those jobs go. Those CB guys go to all sorts of weird little places. Learn where they deploy. Learn those ships you're deployed on. If you're going subs, learn about what a sub does and how different it is from the rest of the Navy. Like, these are all different things you got to learn. I said, I really can't put everything in here to really prep you. A lot of it is just experience. A lot of it you could prep as much as you want, try to learn as much, and this, until you get out there, you don't know how you're going to react to it, or whether or not it's ever going to be for you. But one thing I will say is, maybe it doesn't work out. You get in there and you don't like it. I'll let you know right now, first couple of years, no one really likes it. And you're going to be around people who don't like it, because all your friends are going to be in the same boat as you. All your friends are going to be 18 to 20 something people, for the most part. You're all first termers. Some have been on the ship a little longer than you. And the moment you walked on board, they're giving you negativity because they hate life. And they've already got you down a path of hating life either. Don't fall for it. Don't get into that mentality, because it's really easy to do it. You're a low man on the totem pole. You're away from home the first time. It's easy to get negative about it. Because now you're doing this job. It's pretty tough. All this stuff. Just don't be that person. Don't let those people drag you down, because whoever said you know, in their first term that they were getting out and never looked back again. There'd be nobody in the Navy right now with more than 4 years in. So things change the longer you stay in. And some people do get out. It's not for everybody, but at least I would say if it does really get that bad where you just really feel like this is not for me, you know, but there's no reason for you to get out other than you just looking for a reason, don't do it. Suck it up, do your 4 or 6 years. It's, at least you got it over with. You say you did it, you got your college money, you know, whatever VA benefits you may qualify for, you'll have for life. There's nothing to sneeze at, home loans, all sorts of cool stuff. You know, if you decided to, you know, check out early and get on some kind of medical or some bullshit mental thing, you know, you lose all that, and for what? Just because you're a little homesick, just because the job wasn't as fun as you thought it was going to be? Suck it up, do it. You know, it might change. Your mind you might not think at that moment you'll ever do it again. I didn't. My first 2 years, I never thought I'd be here at 19. Forget it. I hated it. But eventually, I made a little rank. I got a little used to it. I started having a little more fun. I changed jobs. I really started having fun. And for the most part, I've enjoyed my career, and I've got to go see a lot of cool things, do a lot of interesting places around the world. I've seen so many places. I've been stationed so many places, you know, in Japan here now twice, San Diego twice, Bremerton, Millington, Tennessee. Been on deployments to everywhere in Asia and Australia and Russia, Middle East, South America, Canada, Alaska. I've got to see so much cool stuff. You know, I got to do a job that is really in line with what I like to do. And I've met so many people, and nowadays we have Facebook, and I get to keep up with all these people and see what they're doing. Some of them got out, some of them are still in, some became officers, you know, some have gone on to do whatever, and you know, it's really cool just kind of looking at that map of where my life was, and you compare it to other people who never left their hometown. They're still in that same circle of friends, and they've never seen anything beyond 3 counties. That's for some people. That's not for me. I never would have been happy with that life. I'm happy with what I did. If you decide to join the Navy, keep what I've said in mind. Wish you the best of luck. I hope you pick a good job. I hope you get shipped in the duty stations you want. Hope you keep trucking in, do the time you want to serve. You know, if you get out and go do great things, great. If you stay in, you know, welcome aboard. We love to have you. And that's all from me, Salty Seaman. I may do another military-related one at some point. Probably not anytime soon. I'll keep my stuff more to the geek side. So hope you liked it. If you did, you know, give me a little like on the like button. Maybe hit the subscribe button. Show me a little love. Give me some comments. If you're a Navy vet, you know, maybe you got some more advice. If you're a depper, you just want to hear some more advice for some old salts, let us know. I'll answer everything you put out there. That's all I got for right now. Peace.